I've had several people ask me how to get started fishing kayak bass tournaments, so I wanted to answer their questions in this video. I'm going to cover how to get started, how much it costs, what you're going to need, and how the tournaments are conducted. People have reached out to me online, at the dock, on the water, even at the gas station when they see the kayak in the back of my truck. Many of them were co-anglers who tournament fish, recreation fishermen, and even some guys in bass boats. But they all had the same question. What is up with kayak bass fishing and how can they get started? Kayak bass fishing is the fastest growing market in bass fishing. Companies are seeing the growth and put some serious money into the sport. This means sponsorship deals, just like the rest of bass fishing. There are so many local and regional clubs across the nation, you're bound to have one within driving distance that you can participate in. Kayak bass tournaments are growing by leaps and bounds every year. Clubs vary in size, so you could have some clubs with 10 people or some larger clubs with a few hundred people. Some of the tournaments don't even require membership, just pay the entry fee. I belong to a local grassroots club called Queen City Kayak Bass Fishing, based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, one of the largest grassroots clubs in the nation, and some of the best people you will ever meet in your life. The club paid out over $148,000 last year, and that will increase this year. This is my second year fishing with Queen City, and they made me feel more than welcome. That's one thing I can say about the kayak bass fishing community. The camaraderie and willingness to help each other are unmatched. Shout out to Benny for all he does to keep us running and the rest of my Queen City family. You can look on Facebook or the internet for clubs in your area. There are also natural kayak trails like Hobie BOS, Kayak Bass Fishing, or KBF, and the Bassmaster Kayak Series. But I wouldn't worry about those until you have some experience under your belt. There's usually a captain's meeting before the tournament, like the day before, usually on a Friday night, and they cover the rules and put out other information. People who kayak fish are usually social and normally get together after the tournaments so you can meet the anglers, go over tournament results, hand out some awards, share a bite to eat. Experienced anglers are always willing to help new anglers and make them feel, welcome. And for the ladies that are thinking about it, there's a lot of women that kayak bass fish, so go ahead and give them a try. If you don't believe me, look up Christine Fisher. Here's a quick overview of how kayak bass tournaments are conducted. In kayak bass tournaments, fish aren't brought back to the ramp to get weighed in, like a traditional bass tournament. In kayak tournaments, fish are scored using catch, photo, and release, or CPR, and they're scored by combined length rather than weight. After you catch a fish, you place them on the approved measuring board, take a picture of the fish with the tournament identifier showing, and release it back into the water. Then you upload the photo in your tournament management app like TourneyX or Fishing Chaos. Yeah, you're going to have some time to take selfies for social media and show off to your friends, but the main goal here is to get the fish back in the water as quickly as possible. The CPR format has some great benefits, like minimizing the stress of fish, especially transporting them in rough water. I mean, fishing that live well, going across like the rough water all day, it beats them up. And also in extremely hot weather. I mean, I know we put ice in the live wells and stuff like that to keep them, but like CPR is a lot better. Also, during the spawn, it eliminates leaving unguarded beds to predators like bluegills. Okay, I'm going to be Captain Obvious here. The first thing you're going to need to have is a kayak. I'm not going to go into all the kayak brands, but when you purchase a kayak, you definitely need to do your research first. It's best to find a dealer that will allow you to demo the kayak before you purchase so you make sure you feel comfortable in it. Get a warm fuzzy about the kayak. I have a Native Titan X 12.5, and the reason I purchased that kayak is I think that kayak is the most stable kayak on the market, which is extremely important to me. I recommend once you get a kayak, take it out a few times to get used to it, get used to the layout, see how it handles on the water before the tournament. If all possible, try to go with someone who has some experience in a kayak to help show you the ropes and for safety purposes. Here are some things you're going to need to take that are essential for kayak bass fishing tournaments. Number one, a personal flotation device or PDF. This is going to be the most important thing that you purchase because it could actually save your life. I'm in a category of bad swimmer to can't swim at all, so you do not have to tell me to wear mine. Make it a rule, you know, for yourself not to fish without it. In most tournaments, one of the rules is you have to keep your PDF on at all times. The second thing you're going to need is a measuring board. Catch boards are metal and they are the industry standard. They're used to measure your fish. This is not an easy process, and I recommend you practice when you first get your kayak out. Just imagine, you know, you got your phone up here, you got your other hand trying to hold this fish down and take a picture, right? The fish is angry. He wants to get back, in the water. Just one slip, and that's where you could wind up before you take a pic. No pic, no fish. All right. And I'm going to tell you, it's definitely going to happen to you. It happened to me in my first tournament. It's going to take a lot of practice before you get it right. But believe me, you will get it right. The next thing you're going to need is your tournament identifier, right? This is usually given out the night before or early that morning. It's an identifier code that you can write down on your identifier card. Usually people write it down with a Sharpie. This identifier card has to be in the picture with each fish. I'm getting ready to show you an example of what I mean. Rod and reel combos. When starting off, keep it simple. Don't try to carry 10 rod and reel combos, okay? That's just too many when starting out. Next thing you're going to need is a 360 light and a flag. It's a safety feature that you basically put on the back of your kayak, because a lot of times it's old dark 30 out there. When the tournament starts, you need to be seen on the water or in limited visibility situations like fog. Boats are flying down the lake and you are very close to the water, so the flag and light will help you be seen a lot easier. The next thing, fishing license. I added this because a lot of people forget their fishing license. People forget to tell you to get a fishing license. If you want to turn a good trip on the water into an extremely bad experience, get caught out there with no fishing license. It's the law, and you'll get disqualified if you're in a tournament. Fishing tackle is the next thing you want to bring, but don't overdo it the first time. Take your favorite lures, some seasonal baits, and some terminal tackle, and just keep it simple. Smartphone. Without your smartphone, you have no way to take a picture of the fish and submit them to the tournament management app. So make sure you keep it charged and don't drop it in the water. Tether your phone to something. I tether mine to my PFD. Take several pictures of the fish before you release the fish back into the water. Like I said before, no pick, no fish. It's like it never, ever happened. I got a bonus item that I want to give you, but I'm not going to give it to you right now. I'm going to give it to you at the end of the video. So stick around and make sure you don't miss it. Let's look at how to sign up for your first tournament. Whatever tournament management app the tournament is using, make sure you download it on your smartphone. I sign up with in all of my tournaments with using TourneyX. That's what most of the trails use. That's what my club uses. I'm very familiar with it. Make sure you read all the rules for each tournament because different clubs, different organizations have different rules. The cost varies depending on the tournament level. It can be from $40 to $80 for local tournaments. Like the higher tournaments are a lot more, but payout ranges from $100 to several $1,000s depending on the club size. Now that you have all the information and equipment to enter a tournament, what's going to stop you? Let me see. I know what you're probably thinking. Man, I really want to fish a tournament, but I don't think I'm ready. Okay, first, right? You're not trying out to make an NFL football team here. All you have to do is sign up and show up. People are not expecting you to win, so don't worry about it. Have some fun, meet some cool people, and it's going to be a great experience, right? I'm going to throw one of my favorite quotes out here for you to think about. Doubt and fear have killed more dreams than failure ever will. For the people in the back, I'm going to say it one more time. Doubt and fear have killed more dreams than failure ever will. Don't let it kill yours. Marinate on that for a minute. Oh, you thought I forgot, didn't you? The bonus item um, that I mentioned earlier, here it is. Get a net. It could be the difference between losing a fish and putting one in the boat. Oh, yeah. Not only is it better for the fish, but it can be better for you as well. It can help you prevent getting a hand or face full of treble hooks. That's something you don't want to deal with. All right, y'all. If you have any questions about signing up, additional gear, or anything else, just leave me a comment or shoot me an email at realtalkwc@gmail.com. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you know anyone who might be interested in getting started fishing kayak bass tournaments, please send them the link to this video. If you got even a little value out of this video, set the hook on the subscribe button and drop me a comment so I know I'm giving you the content that you like. Tight lines, everyone. Check out my next video. See you on the water. Out.